Dear colleagues in UNEP, since I was just recording a message from here in New York for another conference, I also wanted to take advantage of having the recording equipment on to just send you all a brief message. This week in New York, something quite historic has happened, and there is a buzz here at our headquarters about the adoption of the 2030 Agenda, the adoption of a new set of Sustainable Development Goals, the address by Pope Francis, and in many respects an opportunity for the United Nations to show why it is so important in convening the world here. As our Secretary General said on the occasion of Pope Francis' address, this, the General Assembly Hall, is a sacred place where every nation has a voice and the right to bring its perspective on both what is happening in the world and the consequences and impacts on it. As UNEP, we have been part of this journey towards the Sustainable Development Goals, the 2030 Agenda, and now are poised to also see, with the principles of universality and integration woven into the fabric of the DNA of these SDGs, a truly fascinating perspective in terms of how we become part of the implementation effort. All of you know that these goals and strategies and targets that are developed in the global platforms and conference halls don't automatically become reality nor move beyond the conference halls and corridors. But I do believe that in UNEP, but also together in our UN family, we are poised for a very significant period of 15 years in which we're not only challenged to change the way we are doing business, but also to learn to work with one another in a different form. It speaks to an aspiration that in terms of the environmental sustainability agenda we have argued for the better part of the last 50 years. Let me also say thank you to all the teams that have contributed to the work of UNEP and its contribution to the SDG process, and to all those of you who, yes, may not have been here in New York this week, but are part of our UNEP family, playing its part in supporting a world that is not only looking for an agenda to implement, but also for a sense of hope and a sense of optimism about being able to do things together. We have seen also a number of UNEP hosted or co-hosted events during this week here, whether it is the Champions of the Earth ceremony, which was not only flawless but emotionally moving and another great moment of celebrating leadership and courage, the Climate Clean Air Coalition event, the Global Call to Action, the Sustainable Stock Exchanges meeting, and together with so many of our colleagues, including our Deputy Executive Director Ibrahim Tiao and our New York office team, we have tried to bring our collective voice, your work, with pride and also hopefully with some impact to the events this week here in New York. So this is just a small way of saying thank you to all of you and to show you that yes, we have done our work here in New York this week, and here with our headquarters in the background, rest assured you have invested a good time and a good effort to make this happen. Thank you and greetings from New York.